Welcome into episode 11 of my Fremennik only Ironman series. It's been about a month since my last episode, so I'm just going to do a quick recap on what ended up happening in that last one. I ended up getting a little bit closer to our lunar diplomacy requirements. The main achievement on that episode was getting all the way up to level 1000 total level. I think I was around 920 at the start of it, so I picked up 80 levels in the episode alone. And then we finished off the episode with just a quick bank overview just to show what I've gotten in my first 10 episodes. As I did just mention, it has been over a month, so I'd like to thank everybody who's sticking with me and sending me messages, whether it be through Discord or through the CC. I know it's not a large group of people just because if you don't post a video in a month, you kind of lose some followers like that. But thanks again for anybody that's been reaching out. I do read every comment still, and I have been reading all those messages. So I hope to get back on a more regular schedule going forward. Speaking of the CC, feel free to join it. The total number's gone down a little bit in the past. It did really rise up when we did a lot of Barbarian Assault, but feel free to jump in there. We're going to start doing some more Barbar Assault as well, so if you're still looking for a torso, you may find a group in there as well. And looking forward to this episode. I'm sure you saw the title or thumbnail. We get a lot done in this episode with a little bit of surprise as well, but stay tuned and enjoy episode 11. Beginning off episode 11 here at the Skeleton Fremenniks, I decided to get some air runes. In the last episode I did get about 300 law runes from the Barbarian Assault minigame Gamble, so I can now use Telegrab to grab some more nature runes. So let's head over to Relica and Telegrab the nature runes, and hopefully we'll get close to level 53 magic. Okay, and with this last Telegrab, this is going to give me level 53 magic. I got about 566 nature runes from this, 17 laws left, so I'll just finish up these last telegrabs and then I will head back to the chest and then I'll just start thieving some more nature runes. And with this next chest, that's going to give me level 41 thieving, and the level's coming in almost at about an hour now. I'm not doing this the most efficiently by hopping, I am slaying on my alt, so I got 158 more nature runes from that. I'm just going to keep going for a little bit longer as I continue to play on my regular Ironman. There we go, level 41 thieving, 758 nature runes. I think the math has it at about level 56 magic with that, so we'll keep going. Alright, and there we have level 42 thieving. That one took a little bit over an hour, closing in on 1k nature runes. I'm just going to keep doing this for a little bit longer. And there we have another level, so that is level 43 thieving. We hit a maze random, no runes though. 1125 nature runes, let's keep going. And with this last chest, this will be level 44 thieving. And I think that's going to end this 4.5 hour session for now. It wasn't too bad. I was doing barrows on my alt, so I don't really care too much that it was kind of going slow pace there. But there's 1337 nature runes. Unfortunately, on my Ironman that I was doing barrows on, I didn't get any items in the 4.5 hours, so I'm not sure if this chest was better than the chest I was doing on that account. And here we have level 50 thieving. I'm not quite sure what the last level I showed was. I've done a lot of thieving on mobile, so I have 1084 nature runes just in my inventory. I did bank once. I think there's another 2500 nature runes in my bank. I'm going to run there and see exactly how many I have, and then assess how much magic experience that's going to get me. But while I was on mobile, I did pick up a genie lamp, and with that genie lamp put on Slayer, that's going to put me at level 5 Slayer. So level wise, we're halfway to level 10. We'll need probably 3 or 4 lamps per level just to get all the way up to level 10, and then I can go to cave crawlers. But I'm going to run to the bank and assess how many nature runes I got. Alright, so I had about 2200 nature runes actually in the bank, so looking about 3300. I think I did the math, I need 4800 high alchs to get all the way up to level 65 magic. So 2/3 of the way there. I did get some comments in my last video. I think my new method I'm going to do is I'll buy gold ore, smith that just at a furnace, and then put those into gold bracelets, and then high alch those, as they do high alch for about 335 GP. And then that should maximize my XP, just because if I were to superheat, I lose 22 experience per nature rune, and that adds up based on my method of gaining nature runes. So I'm going to go ahead and just do high alch the rest of the way. I can wizard mind bomb up to 55. I'm going to go ahead and first high alch my maple longbows that I have in the bank, and then with that money I can start buying gold ore. And with this last alk, that's going to be level 55 magic, so I no longer need a boost to do high alk. So I went ahead and alked all of my maple longbows and all my unstrung ones, as well as I had about 200 yakhide armor pieces that I wasn't going to use. And those high alk for 300 each. Then I alked some just miscellaneous stuff in my bank. So that's going to be, I think, one of the higher cash stacks I've had on the account, 148k. And when I went to alk the yakhide armor, it actually gave me an idea that I'm going to go try out and see if it is actually pretty profitable. So I'm going to go over to Yatizo and go ahead and buy the cured yakhide from the trader, and then see if I can craft that and then high alk it and see what my profit is. Okay, so at the trader here, I can buy the cured yakhide. They only sell 10 per world, but it only goes up to 140 GP each. And then I think when you make the legs, it only takes 1. So this will actually get me some crafting experience, 32 each, and then these alk for 300. So I'm looking at potentially doubling my money if I were to use this all the way for all my nature runes up to level 65. Plus I do need the crafting levels for lunar diplomacy. So the only thing really stopping me here is having to hop a lot, but there is also another method as well here, and that's going to include buying the uncured yakhide, so just the regular. It's only 55 GP each, but it sells 25, and then I can just go over to Naysnot and then get that cured and then just do the same thing. So I'm going to test some methods here and see how it goes, but from what I can see here, it's going to give me a lot of profit, and I don't need to really worry about spinning the yakhide hair into rope to get my crafting up. So I'm going to test these theories out and see how it goes. And here is the first crafting level of the grind. That is level 51 crafting. I bought about 1200 of the yakhides from the trader, and I'm picking up about 56 to 57k an hour doing this. I bought my first 1200 total yakhide. These all sell for, or these will all high alk for 300. So I'm looking at just over about 360k, but let's keep going. Level 52 crafting. Level 53 crafting. I think this is going to be the last level I get from the initial 1200 yakhide armor, but once I alk all this, I can go back and buy the rest that I need to finish off the 3k nature runes that I have. So with the yakhide armor that I crafted, I decided that I'll alk it outside of the nature rune chest. Based on what I've done now, it looks like if I alk 4 times and then grab 1 nature rune, it looks like that's the best timing. If I do 3 alks and then try and do the chest, it doesn't look like it's going to work every time. So I'll do 4 alks and then I can go ahead and just jump right into the chest, grab another nature rune. So for every 4 alks I do, I'll get 1 nature rune back. And then, so instead of using about 1200 of the nature runes, I'll get back about 300 of them from alking these. And I can go back and buy some more yakhide. Level 56 magic. Coming in here with level 57 magic. And there is level 58 magic. We are chugging along here. Just finished up my first batch of alks, and I went ahead and bought 1500 more yakhide, so let's get back to crafting. And there's level 54 crafting. And 55 crafting. And level 56 crafting. We are back at the nature rune chest, and there is level 60 magic, 5 levels to go until level 65. Level 61 magic. And coming in with a rare thieving level, I think we're only going to get a couple more levels before we finish up this grind. And there we have level 62 magic. And back on the yakhide crafting, there is level 57 and level 59 crafting. And we are headed back to the nature rune chest for the last time. I did the math. It looks like if I do the 4 alks and then thieve the chest, I will just get enough nature runes to alk this last 1500 yakhide, and then that will get me level 65 magic. Just a few hours left, and then I will finish up this grind, and I will not miss it one bit. Level 63 magic, 2 to go. And there we have level 64 magic. We are on the final grind here. And here we go. This last clip is a bit of a twofer. We first start off with a lamp going on to Slayer. That's 50 more experience, closer to level 10. And then with this final alk, this will get us all the way up to level 65 magic. It's been quite the grind here at the chest, countless hours, but I am so glad that it's over. That was easily the longest grind on the account, other than the initial fishing grind to start off. So now we just have 60 mining, 61 crafting, and then a few quests to finish up, and then we can go ahead and get to Lunar Isle. Just a quick side note before we move on, I reached a 1 mil cash stack, so that yak hide alking really did pay off. I'm sorry if anybody was keeping that to themselves, but there's an easy money making way if you are short on cash. And back on that crafting grind, there is level 60 crafting. And then I got really lazy here at the end and I decided just to make rope, but there is level 61 crafting. We are finished with the crafting grind. All that's left now is going from level 44 to level 60 mining. Now that we have plenty of cash, we can go ahead and buy a rune pickaxe for 42k, which is twice as much as the alk value, so this guy is turning quite the profit. And the first level of many, there is level 45 mining. So I turn away from the screen for just a few minutes watching some basketball, and I come back to see a rock golem pet here. I did not expect this. I'm level 45 mining. I wish I had the recorder open when I first got it, but I didn't even realize it. I just looked over and I saw that message and I just didn't even know what to think. But there we go, a rock golem pet at level 45 mining. I'm sure a lot of skillers are pretty pissed off about that. But if I thought I was going to get any pet, I thought it would be the herring at the initial grind. So I kind of just wrote it off like I wouldn't get one. But there we go, a rock golem pet. That is my first skilling pet ever on OSRS. I am still speechless on this rock golem. I don't know, do I insure it or do I just let it go away with the account once I lose the hardcore status? I don't know. I really don't want to risk losing it because I'm sure I will eventually die at DKs or further on in the account. But this is quite the achievement, I think so. Here is level 50 mining. And there's level 55 mining, and that's going to give me 1050 total level. I'm going to go ahead and turn this rock golem blue as well now that I can mine mithril. And there's level 59 mining. And that's going to do it, level 60 mining. So that is the last skill requirement needed for lunar diplomacy. Now all that's left is finishing up some prerequisite quests that are going to force me to go outside my boundaries. So if you'd like to, you can just kind of look away from the screen now, and then I'll finish up these quests. I'll just pop on the quest completion screens once I get to them. But it's going to require me to do Lost City, Shiloh Village, and Rune Mysteries. And then to do Shiloh Village, I do need to do Jungle Potion as well, which is kind of good and bad. It does add one extra quest that I need to do, but it also will get me, I think, up to level 10 Herblore as well, which is going to be very helpful just going forward, just because Herblore is going to be one of my harder skills to train going in here. But that's it. I've been working on these skills for about 2 months just to get them up to par with the lunar diplomacy requirements. And now we can go ahead and finish up the last couple quests here, and we can get our way to Lunar Isle. Rune Mysteries completed. Jungle Potion completed, and level 10 Herblore. And now we can move on to Shiloh Village, which is going to be pretty annoying as there is a lot of walking in that quest. Shiloh Village completed. And last but not least is Lost City. So that's it. We are now ready for lunar diplomacy. At some point in the last month, I decided that I wasn't going to post the next video until I got all of the requirements, and I finally started the quest, and I am so happy to say that I'm finally here. It was a long grind, about maybe 25 to 30 hours of thieving. Crafting was quite the grind. Mining wasn't too bad. Getting the pet was a nice bonus as well. And I think I'm just going to bring it around everywhere I go. And like I said before, I'm not sure if I'm going to insure it. There's not really a point to if I'm going to stick with a hardcore Ironman status, but I've said in the past, even if I lose the hardcore status, I'll continue the account. I kind of regret making it a hardcore at the beginning just because I'd rather it just not worry about dying at all. I should have just made it an Ironman. But anyways, now that I'm still hardcore, I'm kind of going to try and keep it for a little bit. Hopefully keep it through DKs, and then if I do move on to God Wars after that, we'll see what happens. I'm sure I'll die there if I didn't already die at DKs. And this is going to do it for the end of episode 11. I don't think I mentioned in the past, but I'm not going to finish Lunar Diplomacy right away. There's a part in the quest where I can get a lot of Herblore experience for Guams and Marintels, so I'm going to start farming those a little bit. And I think it gives 84 experience per herb, so I'm going to go ahead and do that before I move on and finish the quest. But anyways, thanks again for watching episode 11. I'm closing in on 8,000 subscribers, which is crazy, so if you haven't already subscribed, feel free to hit that subscription button and hit a like too. Every little bit counts. The more likes I get, the more comments. It goes into the algorithm and somehow it comes out and gives me some extra views. But anyways, thanks for watching episode 11, and in episode 12 we will be on Lunar Isle.